Fellas, I'm going to be honest in this one. I didn't actually want to post this video, mainly because there is just too much fucking value in here. However, I'm going to be a good cunt and I'm going to help you lads out, give you the 3 best cities in Latin America. So far, I've been traveling this place for 2.5 years now, so I've been to a fair few cities and I have a decent idea of what's best. Now, this isn't for holidays, this is for online entrepreneurs who want to base up a month or more in a city in Latin America. So first of all, let's go through it. First city is going to be Asunción, Paraguay. This is one of my favorite places. In terms of the lifestyle, guys, it's chilled vibes. It's a perfect place to base. You can eat steak every day. There's good like-minded people here, mainly because they're all doing the same thing and getting the residency option. I'll go through that in a second. There's really good apartment options. The lifestyle's great because it's cheap. If you want, you can hire your laundry to be done. You can have your cleaning done. You can have someone cook for you if you really fucking want. That is all sorted here and for a good, decent price. Weather is usually pretty good, you know, anywhere between the 25 to 40 range. Can get a bit hot. However, for me, I don't mind that. In terms of just how it looks, guys, you've got 2 pretty big malls basically right next to each other, and then a 5-kilometer radius around that. That's where you're going to be, and that's where everything is. So it's super chill. You're not going to get lost here. Very easy to get to know the city. You could probably do it in a day. Now, the next thing that you guys probably want to know about is the dating. In terms of the chicks here, very cool, good chicks overall, nice and feminine. The English though is pretty low, so get onto the Spanish if you want to date here. The birds are very good looking and they're shaped pretty well here, in my opinion. The online dating is okay. I do think it's better to just meet girls out here, to be completely honest with you. And obviously, as always, it's just high quality options when you go out and meet them yourself. Another thing I noticed here is the Instagram followers, for some reason, in terms of the girls here, are very high. Just ignore it, doesn't mean anything. I've got no idea why. It's the case for some weird reason. Now, going into the pros, as I said before, there is a residency option here and you can claim 0% tax. That's why there's a lot of like-minded guys that you end up running into, which just makes things a lot better, especially if you're basing up here for 4 to 6 months. Super cheap, the cheapest of the 3 cities that I'm going to go through. It's very close to Brazil and Argentina, so if you want to go there for a month or a holiday, you can do that. Very good gyms, good supermarkets, which is hard to find in Latin America. Friendly locals, definitely some of the friendliest people I've ever met. And I feel very safe. It's the safest city I've been to so far. So obviously pretty good there. And then with the cons, guys, there's not much, to be completely honest with you. It can get boring, but there's an asterisk near it, because in a case of when some city is boring, obviously you have a pro in which less distractions, you can focus on your work and stick to your routine. So that's a pro or a con, no matter how you want to take it. And then for me, something that annoys me is there's no sweet potato here. The sweet potato that's like orange inside, it's one of my favorite foods, and for some reason I can't fucking find it. So that annoys me, and that's a con. And then with the cost of living, you live like a king here for 1,500. You could do less, you could do more, obviously, but for around that, that's what you're going to be looking at. Next city, boys, is Buenos Aires, Argentina. Super cool place. It gave me European vibes. At times I felt like I was in Madrid, Spain. With the lifestyle here, these guys are night owls. They're always out late, dinner's late, partying's late, everything is late. So you know your body clock's probably going to change if you come out to this city. Everyone's walking out at night. It's a super cool vibe going out. You know, there's cafes, restaurants everywhere. You know, you feel pretty safe even at night because everyone's just walking around. Steak every day if you want. It's a bit more crazy, a bit more overwhelming because it's a fucking massive city with 15 million people. I think 1 to 3 months here is pretty good in my opinion. Less is also an option as well. Nightlife can be pretty hectic, and I would advise that you stay in Palermo. It's just a cool, nice vibe, pretty safe, and you know, everything I described above, it has. Very walkable. So the next thing, lads, with the dating is honestly here there is too many options because of how big the population is. Online dating will be enough. I don't recommend that. Obviously, go out, meet girls through social circle or heading out to the bars and clubs and whatnot. You'll find better quality there for sure. However, if you're one of those guys that don't have enough time or you're a bit more shy, you could literally just be online and find what you need. If you are struggling to find a girl here, yeah, something's wrong, boys. You need to be working on something. I did notice that the girls have the best personality that I've met so far. Definitely vibe with them better. They understand sarcasm, they can have a joke, they can fuck around, and they don't take you too seriously, which is something that I value personally because I'm a bit of a clown sometimes. The girls in general, very good looking, very feminine. I would say that they're more skinny and less curvy, these chicks. Some of them could be a bit more like model looking. Depends on your type, boys, but that's kind of the vibe I got. Obviously, you know, that's the majority. There's always exceptions. Pros, European vibes, I like that personally. Feels just a little bit more Western, a little less third world. More English is spoken. However, it's only like 20% or 30%, so still get around to the Spanish. It's an easy place to start as a beginner, probably the easiest place to start as a beginner. So if you're watching this video and you haven't been to Latin America yet and you're a little bit, you know, sus about it, I would head here first. The people are nice, they can have a joke, and it's decently safe here. With the cons, big city, so there's an asterisk there because there's pros and cons to a big city. Personally, I don't really like it, but there are some pros to that, as I mentioned before. The winter can be super cold, so maybe avoid coming here from, you know, June to August. The gyms are pretty average. The supermarkets suck. There's more tourists. That can be a pro or a con, depends on what you prefer. And you do need cash here. So the process can be a little bit annoying. I have made a video about Buenos Aires before, so go and click on that if you want to know more about how to get set up. There's just a couple inconveniences here because of, you know, the economy and whatnot. The prices change very frequently, so that's a thing. I know this cons list is pretty big. However, in general, guys, Buenos Aires is a fucking really good spot and I recommend it a lot. Now, cost of living is going to be around $2,000 a month. Now, I'm just telling you what my personal experience is. I don't like to live frugally. You know, I like to have a nice apartment. I like to eat out often. So, you know, in terms of the cost of living per month, it's higher than, you know, what you could live if you wanted to do it really cheap. You could probably get this down to $1,500 if you wanted to, you know, save money. The last spot, and a very good spot, something that, a city basically that not many people talk about, Guadalajara, Mexico. I love Mexico, guys. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. There's just so many options and things to do. With the lifestyle, I got a more luxurious vibe from this city. You know, obviously you got the city, it's a city life, it's a pretty big city. It's more of a local experience. I did not see that many tourists here, which I actually prefer. 2 to 4 months is good. Nightlife can be pretty hectic, and then you've just got really, really nice restaurants and a night vibe all together. You know, you're gonna see really nice things in this city, which I like. Nice cars, nice restaurants, nice malls, like everything is a little bit more luxurious. I would recommend staying near Midtown Mall or in a place called Chapultepec. They're both pretty solid options. However, there's a couple more. Just do your research and, you know, line it up with, you know, what you want and obviously what you're willing to spend for the Airbnb, etc. Dating here, honestly, guys, the Mexicans in general, you know, I don't rate as the highest in terms of looks. However, in Guadalajara, it's different. The women here are super classy, very nicely dressed, and just quite elegant in my opinion. The online dating is enough. I don't recommend it, as I said before. However, you can just rely on online dating here. There's fucking a stupid amount of options. They're very good looking, they're very feminine, and they do speak more English than a lot of other cities. However, once again, still only 30% max. If you learn Spanish, you're gonna increase your opportunities to meet a lot more women if this is what you're going for, or, you know, you're a single guy that, you know, considers this option. With the pros, as I said before, inside Mexico, there's just so many fucking good options. You know, you've got Puerto Vallarta, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Tulum, Baja California area. Like, there is a million options. I did Chichen Itza, which is like one of the 7 wonders of the world. So if you just wanted to base up in Guadalajara for 3 to 4 months, and then, you know, have a couple weekend trips or maybe a week trip here and there, it's a perfect place to do that. There's just so many options, and the beaches are perfect as well. So I think that's a pretty solid pro. In terms of the city, it did feel less third world, which I prefer, and you're just always seeing like luxurious things. As I said before, there are more rich people here. So in terms of mindset change, I prefer that. If I'm always in like a poor third world country and living cheaply, it can affect the mindset a little bit. I like to see, you know, rich people around me, good restaurants, supercars, those types of things. Just makes things a little bit better for the mindset and growing the motivation to, you know, win myself. Now, the cons of this place can get pretty hot. Although that doesn't bother me, quite a few of these Airbnbs don't have air conditioning. So if you're gonna get an Airbnb, make sure that is a thing and it's inside your Airbnb, because it can get pretty hot. It is more expensive here out of the three, and I definitely would say it's a little less safe than the other two. Still fine, you're not going to run into any issues most likely. I did have a couple stories, but overall it was fine, nothing happened. It was all good. Cost of living here, a little bit higher, around $2,250 a month, maybe more depending on, you know, if you're going to be going out more, etc. But overall, guys, this is, you know, just a breakdown of my 3 favorite cities and what to expect in each one. That's pretty much it. If you like the video, obviously give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I am posting a video every day on topics like this and everything around online business and travel, mindset, learning Spanish, etc. So thanks for watching, lads. I will see you in the next one. Peace.